Welcome back, everybody. Well, we're here again with another update for Core Keeper. As we mentioned in the previous video, we got that little reveal, but now it's a real deal. So let's talk about it in depth, going through each individual thing that got changed in Core Keeper. My name is All Fun and Games. I stream every day on Twitch TV, and I also do fun little videos here on YouTube. Okay, so let's go through start to finish. I will read top to bottom on what got updated. This is update 0.33. Materials in chests adjacent to crafted buildings can now be accessed while crafting. What does that mean? That means that if you are trying to make a crafting thing, for example, 10 iron bars or 10 glow tulips, as you can see, the glow tulips are not in my inventory. They are in the chest. So that is actually really, really good. I don't know how it works if it continues down the line. So let's just see how that works. So let's take another chest. Boom, connected to this chest. So let's take the glow tulips out of this one. Go in here. And it says that we're obviously in our inventory. So let's put it in here. And it doesn't. Okay, so it has to be directly adjacent. It has to be directly adjacent for it to work. So that's one thing that they added. Now, another thing that they went and did is repairing now requires some items crafting materials instead of scrap parts. In the previous way of making easier scrap parts, you would just literally make scrap parts and then easily repair stuff. Now, in order to repair, you need a lot more stuff. So, scarlet pants now require scarlet bars, iron, lots of iron to be used, scarlet bars. Basically, what I'm finding is that anything that's pretty rare requires generally iron or scarlet. And as you can tell, like, you know, you're going to need lots of it too. So this seems to be pretty drastic. I mean, obviously, we knew that it was probably going to happen, but I mean, the outcome, you know, it gave us enough time to at least try to get most of our items repaired. Hopefully you repaired it before the update. But that being said, yes, you do definitely need to get scarlet bars if you want to replace anything that is higher tier. I haven't checked anything other than my stuff that I normally have on me right now. Let's see. The scythe. Like, I'm curious on like some of these purple items, because the purple items are pretty unique, so I'm curious what they might require you to repair them. So let's go in here. They require poison slime, scarlet. Okay, so once again, mostly scarlet is going to be the big thing late game in order for repairing, so just get ready on that. And of course, every item is different, so it's no longer just going to be scrap parts. Salvaging now can give some crafting materials back instead of scrap parts. So of course, you know, if you scrap the scarlet sword, hopefully we'll get a few scarlet pieces for that. Scrap parts have been changed into valuables that sell. So of course now if I go to my scrap parts, which I think are in another chest over there, I think I have a bunch of them somewhere. Let's see if I can find some scrap parts. But they'll have a value on them, so now you can actually get some money back for getting them. So that's always good. Gives us you know, if you went ahead and made like 1,000 scrap parts, for example, you know, you're not in complete darkness anymore, and you'd be able to sell them to at least get some currency back. Items can now be placed on the caveling table. So, I mean, that's obviously something that, you know, we can now add on the tables, which I don't even know if I have one around here. I'm not too sure. But other than that, another big thing that they did, which I thought was really, really cool, is they added the ability to sort chests. So you can click sort. It automatically sorts all the chests now, which makes it look beautiful. And of course, if you have half stacks, so if you have anything here that relates to here, you can press quick stack or Q, and it'll take anything that's in your inventory and put it into the chest that is exactly like that. So we went ahead and we made an auto sort chest thing in our far left side over here. Of course, that'll do everything that we need for automatically. So if, like I said before, if you haven't seen the video, you can always watch it. So if I put this in here, it's going to move it to the next chest that has an open spot, and it's going to keep going down the line until it has something similar. So of course, you can keep auto sorting, and that'll make it easier for us. And then, you know, so on and so on. So not only will it quick stack items, but it'd just be a lot easier to organize everything, a lot more beautiful too. So yeah, you know what? I love the quick sorting. I think it's awesome. And of course, it is something that, you know, it was desperately needed, in my opinion. Okay, so now we're going to get into the balancing improvements. Added mining damage to the Orb Lantern. So the Orb Lantern, I just had that one, which is, I believe, what is it at? It's under the... I think it's under this... Is it not under the... Yeah, sorry. I think it's under the... I don't know exactly where to find the Orb Lantern again. Is it under the Scarlet Workbench? Let's see. Yes, it is. Okay, so now you're also doing 9% mining damage. So what do you mean by that is you can just walk around with not having anything in your hand and do a little bit of damage just by like actually can be equipped offhand. So, you know, you could take it. I think I have the Orb Lantern somewhere. Don't even know where it was. So what that means is you can have your Swift Boots, which make you walk fast, and hold your Orb Lantern in your hand and do damage. Now, a normal pickaxe obviously does, you know, a certain amount of more, but I mean, obviously, if you want to walk around and have light source, so I can go like this and hold this in my hand, I'll still glow, because this obviously does give me, let me see, so if I hold this, if I don't hold this, I do naturally glow because of my things here, but let's see. Oh, so it doesn't actually, you can do damage with it, but Orb Lantern still doesn't glow. But if you put it in your hotbar, or I mean, if you put it in your offhand, it does. So I don't know why they added that to that. That's kind of interesting. Yeah, that doesn't really make much sense to me why they would actually add mining, unless it just, oh, you know what? Okay, I see what they did. So they gave you a reason to actually use the Orb Lantern because it gives 9% mining damage back. So it's more of a buff to just have it when you're in your offhand, but it doesn't glow in your main hand if you're just holding it, which I kind of wish it did. I think that'd be kind of cool if it did. But that being said, it doesn't really matter anyways. I just thought that'd be kind of cool to check that out. So yeah, it will give you a little bit of buff when you actually have it and you're using it, so that way it's not just specifically glowing and that's all it's doing. Okay, added melee damage and range damage and mining damage stats of the Caveling Hood, Caveling Chest, and Caveling Pants, respectively. Of course, I think I got rid of mine. I don't think I actually have them anymore. Most of the ones that most of like the smaller little things that I get, I don't really keep them around that much unless they like really matter to me. And those ones definitely, I don't actually think I have any. Let me see. Yeah, there we go. Caveling Chest. So now you can see that the range damage, yeah, so that got added to it, and yeah, so you know, just like kind of a little bit of a buff for just walking around and having something for free. Increased mining damage of the ancient pickaxe, I don't have that, but that is awesome that they rebuffed that because it was a pretty bad nerf that they did. Overall dodge chance given by equipment and food have been slightly reduced. So, you know, if you have something like on your food or a stat like that, that's been reduced. Dodge chance is now capped at 90%, which is pretty good because I've seen some things happen where you can actually have 100%, so you're just standing there not getting hit at all. Cooked food is now worth the amount of ancient coins of its combined ingredients. So, you know, depending on what you have, you can obviously sell it at the trader. Cooked food is now worth, sorry, I read that. The blacksmith talent now also reduces repair cost of items and has been changed to reduce the cost of 5% instead of 6% for the talent points. So if you're inside of here, obviously you go down into your, I believe, I forget exactly which one it is, but that actually gets reduced, so that's not bad either. Ancient coin value of fish have been adjusted. Hive mother eggs now always spawn at least one big larva to help the other small larvas. Okay, so that's, you know, we'd expected some sort of change in the bosses, and that's what they did for that one. Reduced sell value of several crafted items, as such as smelted bars. Reduced sell value of crystal skull shards. Okay, crystal skulls were actually like pretty valuable as it was, so it's kind of good that they're kind of making it where you have to sell other things than just what you find in the dungeons. Wood is no longer worth any ancient coins being sold. Oof. So if you have a wood farm, unfortunately you can't sell it. Fireflies no longer spawn and group up in large amounts over time. Quality of life changes. Added quick stack to the chest UI, which you've already looked at. Enemies can no longer spawn on top of the player when they're inside of an area. This was a big problem in the mold biome, so that's officially been changed. The hint given by Core Keeper regarding the direction of where Azios can be found by the changed to more clearly refer to the direction of Azios wilderness as the direction is intended in the biome and not the boss. So basically indicating that, you know, it's going to be over here instead of probably just like a generic location. Made it easier to swap items in the pedestal and similar buildings that can only contain one item without having to manually take out the item. So I'm assuming by doing that, we walk up to it and press like E. I don't know how the heck you would easily swap it out. Made it easier to swap items in the pedestal and similar building that can only contain one items without having to manually take out the current item first. Oh, so probably like that, I'm guessing. Wait, where did it go? Oh, it went in my inventory. Okay. So I'm guessing before you probably would have had to take this out and then put it in, but now they make it so you can just literally like drag and drop it in there. Okay, so that's not bad. I mean, that's kind of like a little bit of a fix. Volume is no longer reduced when opening the options menu, which is perfect. Allow joining via Steam. The color of orb boulders have been made easier. Shortcut to sort player inventory now only works while the inventory is open, which I didn't actually know that it was where it wasn't doing that. Like if you press R, like let me see. Yeah, maybe it was actually happening beforehand where it would automatically sort if you pressed R outside of the menu. And then there was a bunch of bug fixes, added more stable solutions to make Malygos the Corrupted, which we talked about in one of our videos when we were fighting Malygos inside of the arena. Unfortunately, when you're inside of the arena, what would happen is if you were standing, where's it at? I just saw it like 2 seconds ago. There it is. When you're standing in the arena and you're fighting Malygos, right? This is the skull boss. You were to fight him and then you stepped out for like 2 seconds or even on the outskirts, he would just completely reset. And that happened to us like 6 times. And eventually we found out that it was a bug. So that's good that they fixed that. Range attack speed buff from like cooking teal palace fish now lasts for its intended 5 minutes. Fix issues with the game would start behaving weird after the client getting disconnected while interacting with any in-game UI. Now, this was an issue that we had with a friend of mine. They were in the server. They were actually pressing on the map. They got kicked out, joined back in, lagging a ton, and the world crashed. So that's good that they fixed that. Fix a bug where the cooking pot would create broken food. Fix the bug where the big larvas and the Hive Mother fight would sometimes not try to hit blocking walls or objects. Obviously, that's good to do that. Fix pushback not affecting enemies as it should. Fix so starting the game via Steam join friend option actually joins the game on start right away. Hiding game tag using the big Steam picture mode. Set the correct icon, the larva spike club, when dropped or placed on the pedestal, which is the name that we were missing in one of our episodes. Fix an issue where items would sometimes be duplicated while existing in the game. That's pretty cool. I actually didn't know that there was a thing like that. Added the new font for Thai for user reading. Save files are located under Windows users app. Great wall blocks can no longer be placed. It fixed so all plants are animated and emitting particles when there are a lot of plants to improve performance. So basically not all plants are limited. So basically, if you're in an area and you're getting issues where you were like lagging, for example, it could have been because you had like a lot of like glow flowers and stuff like that, glow tulips near you. So it looks like they shut those down when you're not in the area. And that is the entire patch for what we just received. I mean, honestly, I think that's pretty cool. They touched on a few things that I really like the sorting. So now you can go to each individual chest that might have looked ugly before, click that sort button, get all that auto stacking going, and you can easily sort through your chests in a matter of seconds. I don't know what the hotkey is for auto sorting. Obviously, we know it's Q for taking and quick stacking. Let's see if we can find that real quick before we get out of here. Controls. I really wish that they would change this menu up. I really like how this text is like this, but then when you click on this, it's like, this reminds me of, I don't know, like Battlefield 1942 for some weird reason. I don't know why. So auto sort, move already existing, sort inventory. So it looks like you can't pick up, drop 10, blah, 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 blah. So it doesn't look like you can actually, let's go like this. So that just sorts your inventory. Holding Q, nothing like that. Alt R, nothing like that does that. Okay, so it looks like you can't actually, you have to click the sort button. You have to click the sort button there. It doesn't look like there's like a quick action for that. Maybe eventually they can do like Shift R when you're inside of a chest or something. But that being said, pretty awesome. I'm very happy with this tiny little quality of life update. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you in the next one. Let me know what you think about this update. I think it's brilliant. We already knew a lot of the stuff that were going to be added, but of course a few extra things got added. So there you go. Let me know what you think, and I will see you in the next video. Bye everyone.